Our data set comes from example 2.5 in the textbook. What we have is a list of graduation rates from 63 schools in the Division 2009 1 basketball playoffs. And with the data set really is a list of 63 graduation rates for the basketball team, and also 63 graduation rates for all athletes at a college. So the data in row 1 comes from school 1. The graduation rate for basketball players at that school is 63%, and the graduation rate for all athletes at that same school is 75%. The second school, the basketball team, has a graduation rate of 56%, and the graduation rate of all athletes is 57%. So what we want to do here is graph two histograms, one for the graduation rates of all the basketball players and one for the graduation rates of all the athletes, and compare the two. So we want the two histograms to be right next to each other, so it's easy, and on the same scale, so it's easy for us to compare the data. So this is example 2.6, so the jump file is example 2.6. Here's the data table. It's got all the rates of the basketball players and the athletes. To get the comparative histograms, I'm just going to go up here to Graph and click on Graph Builder, open up Graph Builder window. Now I'm going to drag the type variable to the y-axis, and then I'm going to take the rate variable and left click on that and drag it over to the x, and then just come up here and check on the histogram icon. And so there's our two graphs. You can do things like change your title, change the font. I think I've showed you how to do that in other videos. Once you get the graph the way you want to get it, well, let's see here. Maybe we want to get the actual rates on top. Let's see, how can we do that? Okay, so I think this illustrates that it may be easier to try to do this if we come over here and click on Analyze instead. So I'm going to click on Analyze Distribution. I didn't mean to bring Graph Builder up, but anyway, I clicked on Analyze, drop down menu, then click on Distribution. We're going to make the graph inside of this different window, and this will give us a little bit more options as far as editing our graphs. So I'm just going to come over here and take the rate variable and put that in the Y column, and I want to take the type variable and drop and drag it over here and put it in this by column, the column labeled by, and then click OK. Yeah, that's a lot better. The reason I say that's a lot better is we can come over here and right click on the rates and go to histogram options and show percents. So you may want to show percents, or you may want to show counts, so at least we'll be able to show. So we can customize our graph a little bit better if we do it this way. I'm going to right click on rates here and show the counts. I'm going to right click on my Y axis title and make it go horizontal. I also want to change that to say the word frequency. Let's see here. So the way to do that is to bring up the edit window, this edit properties window, and right here in the text box where it says count, I'm going to change that to frequencies. I can also do that for this graph here. Just need to highlight the actual title and then come over here and change the text in the text box. If you're not interested in having these box plots above your histogram, then you can come up here and click on rates and uncheck where it says outlier box plot. That may be something to do. Okay, so now we're able to visualize our two data sets. Are they on the same scale? I don't see that they are on the same scale, but at least you'll be able to do a comparison. And nevertheless, it's pretty close to being on scale here. So there you have it. There's a couple of ways to take a look at the graph of two different data sets and compare them as histograms in JMP.